folks, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
Today we're taking a look at something which almost isn't a game, I think. This is
Almost.
similar to an escape room type thing. This is called Breakout Dispatch, and this is the first box. So when you subscribe to this, you're going to get these boxes in the mail. It actually has my address here, 3640, written on the box here with stamps on the box and stuff. It was sent directly to us. And it's a continuing story. I don't know how long the story is. I want to say it's a year where there's 12 boxes. And so each one has an ending point to it, as far as I know. We've only played this one. But they're all part of the same story. So when you subscribe to this, you get this box no matter what. You're going to get this box first. And when you get this box and open it, and again, I realize that there's spoilers and stuff. We're not going to spoil it, but I'm going to show you a little bit what's in the box. It's not that big of a spoiler. But you're just going to get a box of stuff. So here we have a letter in here. We have some newspaper clippings. There is a wedding invitation with a RSVP card. More newspaper clippings. An entire journal with a ton of writing inside this journal. Some like ripped up magazine covers, a business card, there's the envelope for the thing, another magazine cover, and a napkin with some stuff written on it. Now here's the deal. I don't know, I don't think it's even true for some of the future ones, but I could hand this to you and you could do it.
Yes.
We didn't write on anything in here. I suppose we could have, but we didn't. So there is some reusability in that regard. But this is, and again, this is not really a spoiler, this is based on two people getting married. A very rich person marrying somebody else and then getting murdered.
Yes.
And then someone's been blamed for that, and you are trying to prove their innocence. That's the basic background of the story. So when you first got into this, like, what was your first impressions of this?
Because we played the escape games, that's basically what my mindset went to first. I was like, okay, so who is like the murderer and how are we going to figure this out? And then I saw like the newspapers, and I was just like, okay, lots of reading. And I was handed the journal, and I was told to read all of it.
Well, here's the deal, though.
I did.
There is a lot of reading in this game.
Yes. Don't expect it to be quick.
Oh, yeah, no. I think it took us maybe 2 hours to go through it. And that was with, I didn't even read the journal, right? Melody read the journal.
We had 3 people working on it.
Here's another thing about this game, though. Only half the game is in this box. The other half is on the internet. So while she was reading the journal, I was going to the wedding page and the gift registry and other websites that they created. Not just websites that this company has created, fake websites, which are pretty good, but real websites. Like the people in this have Twitter accounts and Instagram, and you're using, not to spoil, different tools on the internet to find things. Let's say, for example, Google search, for example. You need to use that in here. And so that aspect of making this thing the internet, and what did you think of that?
I thought it was really cool because the websites that you went to, they looked really real. Like it really looked like you mentioned the wedding one, it actually looked like it was a wedding. Except
for I felt like all the pictures do look like stock pictures that you would see in a catalog. It felt like they were like the people, it didn't feel like the pictures were always real.
Well, still, it felt like, well, some real websites do have fake photos anyway.
No, that's true. True.
But it was just a really cool feel to it.
Yeah, this was an immersive experience. Melody and I and my wife, we did this one together, the 3 of us, and that felt like a good number. Now, one of the problems that we ran into initially when playing this was, how do you start? We didn't even know what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
See, most escape room boxes say, you should do this. This one didn't really give us that, so we were just reading and reading and reading. And finally we're like, we should do this, and this, we figured out when we were done with this. It was really obvious, without spoiling it. But there was only like 3 puzzles in this box. This box is mostly background information on, I guess, what's to come. I'm hoping the next box has more puzzles.
Yeah.
Because I know more about this family than I ever wanted to know.
Out.
Right, puzzle things to figure out.
Yeah.
And the final puzzle in this particular box took us a long time. Now there is a couple things. There's a business card in here, a detective agency, and you can email them and they can respond to you. I'm not a big fan of that. I'll tell you why. Because unless they're responding like that, who cares? We played this late at night, and I was like, well, what's the point of emailing these people? If I get it till tomorrow, I don't want to put the game away and come back tomorrow. So there's also a Slack group, though, that we joined, and the people there gave some clues, and after a while we were like, oh, this clue helps out a lot.
But we got it.
Yeah, well, the final thing, for sure, we were like, this doesn't make any sense. And then when the answer came, all three of us were like,
why didn't we see that?
oh, duh.
Like, people were even saying that. They're like, oh, as soon as I figured it out, it was, like, so obvious. And I was just like...
This is not obvious. It's not obvious. It's not. Oh. So how are you excited about going to the next one?
I am, like, super excited because when we figured out the first part, it really made us, like, okay, so what happens next? Because you may have figured out one thing, but it did not really help at all with the full story.
Yeah, I have the next 2 boxes, so we're going to go through those. I don't know how far we'll go into this.
Or how long it's going to take.
But we'll go through the next 2. But I do know that we're actually going to be keeping this box.
Yes.
Because there may be things in here we need to know. There's a lot of information in this one. A lot of information, and I don't know how much of it is useful. Like, for example, in the family, you know about the guy's father and his mother and his brother and his sister and this.
Cousins.
And things that happened in the past. And this family is like, I know more about them than I know about most people's families. How would you compare this to like another escape room box? Like Escape and Exit the Games and things like that.
I would say it's not as teamwork, I would guess. Because like in the puzzle ones, you have people doing this puzzle and that puzzle. This one you just have people reading. And it's also not as stressful either because there is no time limit. Like you just work on it. Like I guess you could give yourself a time limit.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. There's not a time limit. You can just solve this. It feels like you're an actual detective.
It does, because you are reading through the information, searching up stuff, trying to piece stuff together. I really thought this was really fun.
Yeah, I think this is a good one for a solo. You could do this by yourself for a while. Look at the stuff, read it, go there.
It'll take a bit longer, but
yeah, it would. But Melanie said there's no time pressure. I don't know that I like it better than escape room boxes though, because I like the puzzle aspects of this. I was disappointed that there wasn't more puzzles. After a while, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I get it. She has a sister, blah, blah, blah. But then again, maybe the second and third box will swing our minds around on it. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, this is Breakout Dispatch. You can go to their website, breakoutdispatch.com, if you want to get one of these. I'm curious to see what's next. This one was On the Run. We'll talk about the next one when we finish it. We haven't played it yet. But so far, what would you rate it?
Oh, probably like a 7.58-ish.
Okay, that's slightly higher than me. I'm at a 7.5, and that's only because I want to see more. If this is the background, and the next one has a whole lot more puzzles, then I'm happy, right? Hey, great, we're figuring things out.
And I put it up higher because I do like the detective feel. I do like trying to find the information, even if it doesn't have like many puzzles. I just like really getting into it. So.
And I like the integration of the real world and the internet mix, where you are looking up actual things that exist mixed with fake things.
Which is why it makes you really do feel like a detective, because you are going on the internet. It's not like, oh, we're going on this fake video game type of website where everything is just pretend and stuff. But we're actually going on real websites.
Looking at real maps, real countries, mixed with fake news. And the stuff in here looks real. These newspaper articles look like they're cut out of newspaper. I was very impressed.
Too.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And when you go read the Twitter accounts and stuff, you're like, this is fake, right? You know, this is not real. It's just an interesting thing. Anyway, that's Breakout Dispatch. I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And you've been watching Double Trouble.
Boom!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.